Welcome to Concrete Block, the podcast where we dive into the most pressing stories of the day. I'm your host, Walter. Today, we're taking a closer look at the complex and often tense relationship between Russia and the Western world. Reports have been emerging of Russian authorities detaining individuals with dual citizenship, including a Russian man who holds Irish citizenship, Dmitry Simbayev. He was traveling with his Russian passport to Chelyabinsk when local law enforcement detained him on charges that include justifying terrorism and calling for extremist activities. According to his wife, Daria Petrenko, Simbayev's phone contained messages she had sent him in 2024 expressing anger at Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which she believes led to his detention. This case raises questions about the treatment of dual citizens by Russian authorities and the implications for international relations. Ireland's Department of Foreign Affairs has stated that it is aware of the case and is providing consular assistance. In a related development, the Russian ambassador to Denmark has reported that Denmark is threatening to seize the Russian embassy in Copenhagen. This move is likely a response to Russia's own seizure of Danish assets in the country. The situation highlights the escalating tensions between Russia and Western nations. We'll also be keeping an eye on other stories making headlines today, including the detention of American citizens in Russia and the ongoing nationalization efforts of Russian gold mining firms. As we navigate these complex issues, it's essential to consider multiple perspectives and strive for a nuanced understanding of the events unfolding. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Concrete Block. Welcome back to Concrete Block. We're diving into the world of international politics, where tensions are rising between the European Union and the United States over a rather unexpected issue, Greenland. The autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark has become a point of contention after U.S. President Donald Trump intensified his push to gain sovereignty over the region. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has come out strongly against the proposed tariffs by the U.S., calling them a mistake and emphasizing that the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Denmark and Greenland are non-negotiable. The EU is working on a package to support Arctic security, which includes a massive investment surge in Greenland to boost the local economy and infrastructure. The situation has sparked concerns about the potential consequences for the transatlantic relationship and the security landscape in the Arctic region. Denmark's economy minister Stephanie Lose has stated that nothing should be ruled out at this point, leaving the door open for various responses from the EU. On the other hand, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has downplayed the situation, urging partners to take a deep breath and let tensions play out. As the EU and US navigate this complex issue, it's essential to consider the potential implications for global security, trade, and cooperation. The Arctic region is becoming increasingly important due to its rich natural resources and strategic location. The European Commission's proposal for a package to support Arctic security, including a possible European icebreaker capability, highlights the bloc's commitment to maintaining stability in the region. The situation remains fluid, with both sides engaged in diplomatic efforts to find a resolution. As we continue to monitor developments, it's crucial to recognize the complexities and nuances involved in this international dispute. The EU and US must balance their interests while avoiding escalation and ensuring that the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Denmark and Greenland are respected. Welcome back to Concrete Block. As we wrap up today's show, we're taking a closer look at the escalating tensions between the United States and Europe over the issue of Greenland. The situation has been heating up, with the American leader threatening tariffs on European countries that have deployed troops to the island in a symbolic show of support for Denmark. The European Union has been considering countermeasures, including retaliatory tariffs and the potential use of its anti-coercion instrument, often referred to as the trade bazooka. This move could sanction individuals or institutions found to be putting undue pressure on the EU. France's President Emmanuel Macron has suggested a meeting of the Group of 7 industrialized democracies in Paris to discuss the situation. Meanwhile, thousands of Greenlanders have taken to the streets to protest any attempt by the U.S. to take over their island. The Danish government has called the tariff threats deeply unfair and emphasized the need for Europe to become stronger and more independent. California Governor Gavin Newsom has weighed in on the issue, criticizing Europe's response as pathetic and urging leaders to unite and stand up to the United States. On the other hand, U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Mike Johnson has expressed hope that the two sides can work through their differences calmly as friends. As the situation continues to unfold, it's clear that the relationship between the U.S. and Europe is being put to the test. With both sides digging in their heels, it remains to be seen how this will all play out. One thing is certain, though: the fate of Greenland has become a focal point in a much larger struggle for power and influence on the world stage. That's all for today's Concrete Block. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay informed.